provides water to a fire. So if you hear a fire engine, it has water, and this current apparatus has 500 gallons of water, which is equivalent to 500 toilet bowls. That's a lot of toilet bowls, okay? So an engine is going to provide water to the fire. So that's an example of this type of apparatus, a fire engine.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Size, this is 1 3/4, this is 2.5, and that's 5-inch. So obviously the bigger the hose, the bigger the water. So the 5-inch is going to hook into the hydrant, and then when we open up the hydrant, it's going to supply water to the engine. Remember we talked about that 500 gallons that's on here? Well, that runs out really quick. I'll give you an example. If we're deploying this one right here, it's going to be 250 gallons in 1 minute. So that water, honestly, is going to be gone in 1.5 to 1.75 minutes. So we got to make sure that we have water supply quick. And that's why we utilize a 5-inch, so we can get big water into our engine and then onto the fire. So it's a system. But this one, for example, is 150 gallons a minute. So it's a smaller hose. You're still getting big water, but not as big. Okay, so welcome to the back of engine 1. If you take a look, the back of our seats are a little bit different than the seat you might ride in your vehicle. Ours has our air pack built inside of it, so that way we can be quick and efficient to get to a fire. So that is why our seats are not the same as yours. If you take a look, we've got our medical bags, which we talked about. We've got flashlights and all the tools and needs that we might have for every call that we come upon. So, if you take a look, I've got my helmet here, ready to rock and roll. And then we have this right here. It's got several different maps for locations if we need help with maps. We've got maps here. And then, of course, we talked about the irons, and that's here. And here's another piece of safety equipment we didn't talk about, but sometimes at night we need to make sure that we're safe. And we have our reflective safety vests, which we wear to medical and accidents to make sure that we are being seen by people on the road that sometimes don't see us, so that helps us stand out. And then what do we think? Should we go to the front? Let's check out the front. Here we go. Going to the front. All right. So this is the position that we call here a master firefighter, which is also known as the engineer. So they're going to be the ones that drive the apparatus. And then over here on this side, it's going to be the acting officer. Or if this person's here, but that person's not here, is an acting officer, master firefighter riding in that position. And then the firefighter in the back comes to the front. So we all can work together to make sure that we're in play, to make sure that the community is safe.
Firefighter Josh will be talking to us about being an EMT.
All right, so EMT is an emergency medical technician, and what that means is we're going to be able to go to the scene if anybody is not feeling well, or if they have an injury, or if they have an accident and they are unconscious and need help. We arrive on scene to help assist New Hanover County and their EMS units, so we are able to assist the hospital in being EMTs. What we do is we go to homes or out in the community to help those that may be sick, maybe are having a hard time physically, or might have a traffic accident and need us to assist them. So what emergency technicians do is that we're going to have all of our supplies needed to make sure that a person that is in need of assistance, that we have it. So we have our medical bag and our oxygen, which is over here. So if somebody is not breathing, we can help them with that. Different types of masks, which you have. The big is going to be a bag valve mask with a DVM, and that's going to be the one that has the ball attached to it, and we're going to squeeze to make sure we can get that air circulating. And then you have different types of things that we might need as well. So this is called a King Airway. But then we have different types of, like this is a face mask, and then we have a nasal cannula, which are going to be different ways to provide oxygen, depending on what it is that they need oxygen for, and the level that they need it.
Okay. So they provide oxygen to different parts of the body?
No, so it's going to be, so let's say you want to walk and function everything, you're not going to want me to be squeezing air into your mouth, right? So you'll probably just go ahead and have, like you've seen people that are on oxygen, they just have the tubes that go in their nose. And then let's say you need a breathing treatment and you're having a hard time breathing, it might be better for us to have a full face mask, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to provide that oxygen to you fully. And then the next step would be, you're not conscious, you're not breathing. We're going to go straight to this.
Yeah.
And then this O2 is going to be coming into your system. And then rather than you breathing, I'm going to be squeezing this to provide you with even more air.
Yeah.
So that way it's all working together. Not necessarily going to different parts of the body,
Yeah,
but
no, I got it. It's a
working in
different type
way.
of the
needs.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you love most about being a firefighter?
I think honestly, the one reason why I wanted to become a firefighter is just to have that opportunity to serve the community. I went to school and got a bachelor's in social work, was in the social work field for a long time, got laid off, and then was with my family and was a stay-at-home dad for several years, and it was a time for me to go back to work, and I decided, you know what, I want to go and serve the community. And what better way to do that than drive on a fire engine? I mean, come on. I love the opportunity to serve, and anytime we're out in the community, there's just such a huge respect and thankfulness for us and what we do, and it's part of the job. Absolutely love it, and it's just a great opportunity just to be out there and just do what we love.
That was so nice.
No, thank you.
Such nice words.